Welcome back to Mass Appeal, everyone. If you're looking for a great place to take your family this spring, why not visit some local gardens? And here to tell us more about these beautiful places is Mark Wilson from the Trustees of Reservations. Thank you so much for joining us.
Glad to be here.
For those of us out there who don't know what the trustees do, tell us what you do and the properties that you manage.
Sure. We were founded in 1891, and it's really a remarkable organization. It was founded by a landscape architect from Boston named Charles Elliott, who started to see crowded cities, and he wanted to make sure that people had places to go to enjoy open space. So since 1891, we've been able to preserve 110 properties, about 25,000 acres of open space, and 12 historic sites around the state of Massachusetts.
And today we're talking about the gardens that you have there. Some of the sites offer just incredible gardens. The first one is the Mission House. Tell us a little bit about that.
Mission House was started in 1928, and it was a house, the first house built in Stockbridge. And over time, it started to fall into disrepair. So a local resident, Mabel Choate, restored it. And she hired Fletcher Steele, a landscape architect, to do the gardens. And they created gardens, cottage gardens around the building with over 100 different perennials, annuals, and fruit trees. It's right on Main Street, a very welcoming site, and it's built around this beautiful, the first home built in Stockbridge.
And fruit trees seem like one of those things, you know, they're a little bit difficult to manage, but it provides a great yield, and it's that permaculture thing that people are talking about these days.
Exactly. You get the fruit, you get shade. There's so many advantages to having fruit trees within the garden. They're also just a very beautiful piece within the garden to view.
Our next one on the list is the Namkeek. It's hard to pronounce,
right?
But gorgeous when you see it.
Namkeek was built in 1886. It was for the Choate family. It was their summer home. And over time, the gardens were added to 8 acres around the property. Basically starting in 1929. Mabel Choate, the daughter, again, the woman who restored Mission House, she inherited the house from her parents, worked with Fletcher Steele, and over 30 years, they created some of the most impressive garden areas. It's a National Historic Landmark. And for Fletcher Steele, it's his best-known gardens for all the work he did around the country.
Well, it's absolutely gorgeous. You can see in those pictures all those topiaries that you could probably spend a whole day there.
You can. We have self-guided tours. We have audio tours. We have tours of the house. There are 8 individual garden areas which you can go see. We've got tree peonies, roses, water features going throughout the gardens, brickwork, stonework, stone walls, all things that people can think about for their own gardens.
I was going to say people can take a lot of these tips home with them. Our last one is the Ashantully Gardens, a place where you can probably get more tips for your own home and see some gorgeous gardens.
True. That was started by John McLennan, who was the homeowner starting in the 1960s. He was a musical composer, and he took the approach of composing to his garden design. So he had a beautiful landscape, a hillside that he was working on.
So it's music and gardening coming together.
Exactly. It's a symphony of different designs coming together. There are water features. He used the natural hillside, the maple trees that were growing there, added them to the designs. He brought in stonework, built fences of his own design within that garden area.
Well, Mark, those pictures are tremendous. 3 great places to take the family this spring. It's a pleasure having you here. And if you want more information about these gardens, just visit us online, mymassappeal.com later today.